Hey, welcome back to Off-Road Stuff. So today we're going to start the process, the transformation, if you will, for an upgrade that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I know I may have mentioned it in some previous videos, but we're getting ready. We're going to do the rear winch installation on the Jeep here on Reba. So you guys can tell that I got my storage box out because I had to get in here where the jack goes. So the reason I had to get in here is this piece right here, this little cubby. I'm gonna have to cut this all the way out and then probably over into here someplace on both sides. So this whole thing is gonna have to come out and I'll recap it. But I need this space because the winch is gonna basically come up to the bottom side of this from underneath. So, by my calculations and some precise measuring, I'm pretty sure we're going to have to cut this little body cross member out. Because I need to get basically 25 inches in here. So we're going to be something kind of sort of about right in there. And so I'm going to probably cut it right at the bottom of this and then down on the back side, and then this you guys see that plate right there? It's going to go up underneath and sit on the frame rails, and then the bottom is going to be right here. It'll come out backwards. So I'm going to do a couple bit more precautionary measurements just to make sure before I start cutting on this, make sure that my thoughts and theories are accurate. We'll go from there. So it sounds all worked out pretty good. Those are about as slick as pockets on your socks. That'd be pretty slick. You can put stuff in there like gum or band-aids or extra money. Anywho's, the only problem is, let me show you guys, is my blade was just a little too long. You know, let's see if you can see it. And I poked through in a couple spots. Not a big deal, I can seal that up. All right, so we're gonna first test fit. Looks like we got a little interference here. So I could either cut these plates straight down or I could taper, and I only need to do the corner, just the thickness of this plate. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, and if you guys are wondering, I picked up this deal right here from Harbor Freight. Slick, worked just like I wanted it to. I was afraid if I put it on the jack, especially once I put the winch on there, that it would try to do a wiggle woggle thing, but I think this is gonna work. So where's my shirt? I think we're just gonna come in here, probably come like way up here. Just do a little chippy choppy right there and see how it fits. All right, so it's up in there. Fits pretty good. All right in there. Hopefully it's flush there. This side's just a little long, but that's okay. The only thing I'm not 100% on is this depth from here to where this one is, the winch body fitting in there. So I think we'll, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this back out. I'm gonna set the winch on it and then put it back up in there and see if it interferes in that second cubby. I might have to go in there and trim that one a little bit too. So we'll find out, hold on. All right, so I got her up in there and it is tight. You can see where the top of the winch rubbed right there, but it went in. So I think all I'm gonna do is just kind of massage that back just a little bit, make a little clearance there, instead of cutting into that. I'm gonna refit it, but I might be able to just come in and notch this a little bit to bring it this way, which will create gap on that side. And then I need to double check where the fair lead opening is and see how much of this I'm going to have to trim out. Alright, so I notched that cross member, got it back up in there. It's pretty centered, and you can see how much room I got right there. I'm probably gonna just match, probably match that to this, clean it up a little bit, and then I'm going to, I'll put a piece of plate, I'll box this back in, and then probably a nice fat fish plate on the outside, and I might even go underneath. And there's a step off right here too, so I can go thicker on this side to help support this, and I'm not going to really lose anything because my bumper can't really go much further in than that unless I cut it. All right, so you guys can see there's a gap. You know what I say, clears by an inch, clears by a mile. All right, so yeah, there's the free spool handle. It's not ideal as far as being able to get to, but if I had to, I could get up under here and flip that over. All right, here's a moment of truth. I got 2 bolts on this side and 2 bolts on that side. Oh, look at that. Let me tell you, that little deal right there, I don't know how I've gone so long without one, because that was awesome. Excuse me, these things slide. So, like, if I set them about halfway on their slide, so when I put that in there, I could just slide it, the whole thing side to side. They both move at the same time. So that was real handy. I didn't have to try to scoot the whole jack over or try to get it to slide on the jack, because it's got rubber pads, so it probably wouldn't have slid on there very well. But yeah, man, let me tell you, I got that thing at Harbor Freight. I want to say it was probably somewhere close to 70 bucks, if I remember right. Yeah, man, like, whew, it's been a day. Yeah, so I got this thing in there. It's bolted in. I got clearance between the next little cubby, so you guys will know what I'm talking about. There's a second little storage unit in here. I had to take a board and a hammer and kind of ding it back just a little bit so that it'll clear, but it's good. Sorry. So we're going to do a little recap real quick. So my next step is I'm going to box this in. I'll probably come up around 4 inches, which will put me just above here. And it's going to be open on this side, so it'll have it'll be like a tube on its side basically. About 12 by 4, and that'll be welded into here, and that'll create a spacer between the winch plate and the bumper. So as I'm pulling on this, it's going to be pulling this way, so it'll actually put pressure on this cross member and the bumper, so it'll be like super reinforced. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Oh, here, let me show you. So I got these little plates. These are 1/2 inch. I think they're like 1/2 by 4, and they're going to slide in like that. They'll get bolted in here, and then the bumper is going to get notched, and it'll slide over this. So I think I'm going to use like a 2 by 8 or maybe a 3 by 8 box tubing, rectangular tubing, and I will put a notch in it where this goes, so it'll slide all the way over, and then I'll round these out, put holes in them, and these are going to be my my anchor points for my D-rings. That way I have a direct line of pull to the frame instead of relying on a weld to a bumper that's, you know, I guess in theory they're probably strong enough, but I just know, if I know that I have a direct pull to the frame, then it's a little more what's the word I'm looking for? Reassuring. Yes, that's the word. Because I have bent several bumpers pulling through those D-rings before. But anyways, yeah, so that's the plan. She's in there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come in here and clean up some of this sheet metal, because I'm gonna cap it, and then I'll put a cap on the inside of here to keep any weather out. I'm gonna switch this from the cable to the rope, but that'll be towards the end. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I really can see that's going to be a hurdle. I'm going to have to relocate the control box that would normally go on the top of the winch housing. Haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with that yet. Yeah, I don't know. I might maybe mount it inside. I might try to find a spot just underneath right here, and then I could just run my my winch controller to it. That's the big thing, is trying to find a spot where it'll be easy to plug the winch controller in. So I have to think about that. Yeah. So anyways, appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope there was something in here you guys could use. Obviously, if you guys were watching this, you're probably interested in it for some reason or another. Yeah, don't forget, like, subscribe, share with your friends, ring the bell for notification. Leave me some comments, anything. Just say, hey, how you doing? Tell me where you're from, what you will, anything like that, and I'd really appreciate it. So thanks a lot, guys. Don't forget, get out, get your hands dirty, have some fun.